Well, you aren't going to like what I have to say. It's about Sandy Hook, Connecticut, and Aurora, Colorado. I've been digging, and anybody that knows me personally, talks to me about politics, knows how I feel about this. I've already said it to plenty of people, so I'm not bashful about it. But I haven't really thought, I've been thinking about making a video, producing a video, putting like all those different clips and stuff in there, about both those events. But I thought I'd better just to give you the simple facts real quick, and you can go look for yourself. Don't trust what I say. Don't think I'm right. Don't just agree with me. Even if it sounds really smart and it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, don't just agree with me. Go look for yourself. Go find out on your own. Because you know what? Not only will you'll know then you'll be aware of the truth, but not only that, at that point you'll be able to give the information to other people and defend yourself properly because you have gone and done the research yourself, which is always an important thing to do. Before you go spouting some random shit out in the air, go do your research, because otherwise, you're just another talking head person that's just saying some shit that they don't really know jack all about, which makes you kind of irrelevant and irreplaceable with every other talking head, that says some stupid shit. Now, when I say this about, start with Aurora, Colorado. I've called, asked if these have been made available, asked questions, and I've been given scary answers. I mean, scary as in like threatening, and by authorities, and it just doesn't make sense. Also, it's this common sense thing right here. So the argument I'm putting out for this one, you can go dig some more, and you'll find out more, obviously. Because like, for example, you start looking at the tapes of people I've interviewed. You'll see there's people inside the theater, so there were grenades coming from, like smoke grenades coming from two directions. You know the common sense thing going on here. The common sense thing going on in Aurora is that he got into the movie theater, right? He didn't walk in with a ton of guns and the AR-15 assault rifle that nobody noticed. That's a big freaking assault. It's not a tiny little. It's not first of all, it's not an assault rifle. It's semi-automatic. It's fully automatic. It's an assault rifle. But he walks in there with a rifle. Thing is, the barrel's at least 16 inches long. I mean, it's 16 inches long. I mean, the whole thing is like that. I mean, it's big. There's no way he went in with that. There's no way. No way. Secondly, since he didn't go in with it, how do you get in the theater? Sound like a lone gunman to you all of a sudden? Somebody in the theater said he got a phone call partway through. He went and opened the back door. That's when he came back in and the shit commenced. Now, you could call me a conspiracy theorist. You could call me a psychopath. Call me a million things. Let me ask you this. Where the fuck is the surveillance camera footage from the back of the theater? Because every single exit in that theater had a surveillance camera on it. So you know what? Show us the surveillance camera. I'll shut up, call myself a nut, and never say it again. But we have yet to have that produced for us, shown, and as a matter of fact, for all intents and purposes, it seems to have just about disappeared. So if the government wants to prove it, people like me are wrong, and you're going to call me a nut, let's find that tape. Now, expert witness look at, nothing's there. The train been tampered with. But I'm just about damn certainly guarantee you that that's not going to happen. Because the guy isn't walking in the movie theater with the AR-15 like nothing. The guy doesn't leave a bag with the AR-15 outside the back door. And even if he did do that, he didn't get a phone call partway through the movie to open the back door from that bag without somebody holding the bag. That's not a lone gunman. The same thing goes for Sandy Hook. See clips of parents. Go look it up. Parents jovial the next day. Go Google Sandy Hook firehouse circles and see that firehouse shot we saw, the back of the firehouse, the parents were walking out. They showed the whole shot, zoomed out. Seriously, YouTube it. YouTube or Google. I don't care. But YouTube better off to do that. The videos come up on Google and right, but Sandy Hook firehouse circles. You see them walking out the back door, side of the schoolhouse, and back around and in like this. And you watch some of them have the same mannerisms. Somebody comes out a second later, same mannerisms. Different jacket and hats. But what do you mean? It's called a wardrobe change. Walk backwards. And sometimes they don't even change. Hey, like that. YouTube it. Call me a liar? Fine, YouTube that first. And then also, even the news in Newtown, Connecticut said that earlier that year they had put a new security system at the Sandy Hook Elementary School. One of those magnetic doors, the little buzzer you hit and magnet goes off and they can open the door all of a sudden. Video camera up above, facing down whoever was in front of the door, so that when they were trying to buzz in, they could see who they were buzzing in. Well, the car was parked right in front of where Adam Lanza would come to that door, and where he would have gone through that door. If he didn't buzz himself in, I don't think. They say he's shot the window out or some shit. That's never been verified. Either way, if there's this new security system by the front door of the school, show us the tape. Dan Lanza was the sole gunman who did that, and this really all happened the way they say it did. Show us the tape. Show us the tape. Show us him walking up and doing that. Even if he does, I bet you he doesn't have that Bushmaster assault rifle they claim to use. Because guess what? They said, oh, it's an assault rifle. And the coroner said, this is real shady. The coroner said at the press conference later that week that the wounds were all primarily from the rifle. Now, if you watch the clip later on that evening, when they're taking the rifle that they found in the back trunk of the car, oh, that was a shotgun, blah, blah, blah. And that was the Bushmaster. Let me tell you how I know. Having been a gun guy most of my life, and knowing a good bit about firearms, and it's actually a ton about AR-15s, assault rifles. When you charge an AR-15 assault rifle, you put the magazine in, flip up in there, and you pull the handle back like this, and let go to charge it. You check that, so you also check the chamber, see if there's a round in there. You got mags in there, rounds in there, you make sure it's in there, you grab that little handle above this, it's right above the stock, you pull it back from the chamber, nothing there or something there, one or the other. And if there's nothing there, but it's around the clip, you pull it all the way back, and go past the round, and when it went forward, it would grab that round and push it in. Now, they look at the cops on the Sandy Hook videos at night, checking the back trunk of the car. He has the rifle, picks it up, pulls it back like this, puts it sideways, looks, let's go. Shotgun is like this. The 1187, right here. You have it by that flatter grip, not that pistol grip like you had. Flatter grip, finger up the trigger, of course. So put your finger on the trigger on this one to shoot, what you're aiming at. Then you take it and you either pull the slide, pull the actual bolt. Damn, I can't say that. The actual bolt back and look in there in the 1187. Now, if it's pump action, you put your finger down here and you press the little release by the trigger. It's going to release it. That's if it is locked in the forward position, waiting for the trigger to be pulled, of course. You push the little button down by the trigger guard, and you take the foregrip, you pump, and you push it back, and look. See, there's none of that. None of this. There was that. So if all those people died from the assault rifle, why'd they find it in the trunk of the fucking car? Because I know guns well enough to know that action, the body language of that man was a man holding an AR-15. Pulling back the charging handle, letting it go. That's what that was. I ain't stupid, I ain't a fool, and you shouldn't be either. You say, why would the government have anything to do with these terrible things? Why would they lie to us about lone gunmen in Aurora? Or in Connecticut, in Newtown? Why would they do anything like that? Why would they do something like that? Really? To rob you of your rights. To make you use emotion, not your common sense, reason, and logic. So that when you came to another time and they would have passed gun control laws, or if they just use that actual moment to do it, they say, look what's happened, look at all the people dying in America. Look at our violent society, what we've become. Look around you. These things hurt people, they do no good. Give up these assault weapons to us. That's why they do it to you. To rob you of your common sense and reason, your logic. To blind you with emotion and fear, to use it against you in times of tragedy, so that you would give up your rights and forfeit them willingly instead of them having to fight you for them in the Senate and the courts. That's what they do. That is exactly what they do. They want you to lay down your rights willingly. And they are willing to kill. They are willing to hurt and maim to do it. If you don't think our government's capable of that, remember the Bay of Tonkin, where we used a lie about a ship being attacked to promote a war in which 60,000 Americans died. If you don't think that they're capable of that, you're in the gun culture, remember Waco, when they burned women and children alive inside of that freaking compound. It stuck CS tear gas inside a structure that was on fire. Tear gas when it burns creates cyanide, this very thing they used to kill people in the gas chamber. And they can actually injected those cancers and shot them into a place where the women and children were instead of a concrete pantry they were left in. The flames. The children's bodies contorted so bad their heads went back. Between their back over they bent backwards, the wrong way in half, to the point where their heads were between their legs, between their heels. Not bending forwards, but bending backwards. So it backs breaking from their own muscles seizing. Our government did that to women and children. Very purposely too. The flare imaging proves it from that day. Forward looking infrared CC signature shows the cartridge being launched. So I tell you right now, you don't think your government would do that? You don't think your government's capable of that? You don't think that it would really kill its own American citizens for no reason? Wake up. My cat over here, he's doing a dick right now. I always used to come over here and film and stuff, but I'm telling you right now, wake up. This is the end of liberty. This is our government willing to kill its own people to steal their rights. Look at the Boston bombing. Google FBI caught red-handed. You'll know something about the Boston bombing. There was no EMTs helping all those injured people. There was no emergency medical staff. Like ambulance drivers and like I said, EMTs. There's none of them there. Go watch the fucking tapes. But it was a great excuse to try and martial law in a whole town. And look at you all hid willingly. Sheltered in place. Bedrooms, prison cells. Do it without needing guards. 2 people. You don't think that this is real. If you don't think that's true, go ahead, YouTube it, Google it. Suspend your disbelief for a brief second. Take your bullshit meter, turn it on, and take off your, and turn that on, because you'll see that there's not a bunch of bullshit there. But turn off your disbelief. Just say, you know what? If I see some bullshit going on that I can't trust, and it seems like our government's doing shady, I'll listen to that. But I'm not going to believe that my government's some benevolent, powerful, nice entity that only looks out for the good of its citizens. If you can do that, the lie that you've been living will stop. And more truth will be opened up unto you. You want to call me a liar, government? You want to call me a conspiracy theorist? So you fucking idiot haters on YouTube, you're going to see this video. You want to say I'm a freaking shit-talking, fucking anti-American whatever guy, so they're blaming the government for people's deaths and stuff like that? You want to talk all that crap? Go ahead. I don't care. People like you are kept free by men like me. Soldiers, men like me, other men like soldiers that are willing to fight for your rights and speak the truth, regardless of what the consequences may be. And you are kept free by our exertions. One of our founders said, you are kept free by the exertions of better men than yourselves. You who will not acknowledge the truth, who will not question, who will not suspend disbelief, who will not look into the eyes of your government officials and ask them the questions they should be asked. Like softball news. You don't look up and verify the stuff you do see on the few channels you can kind of trust. You don't look up and verify what you do see on there. You just take what you are given and believe it. You're deserving of freedom. But thank God you live in America because you get it anyway. All I can ask is that maybe you'll start appreciating it soon enough and you'll stand up and acknowledge the truth. There's a lot more of it than just these few instances I've named: Boston bombing, Sandy Hook, and Aurora. There's a lot more. If you can start there, you might wake up. So YouTube Aurora, Google Aurora, find out for yourself. Call the FBI in Colorado, even better yet, and ask them for the rear tapes and certificate tapes for the rear door of the theater. See what they tell you. See what they offer you. See if they're not downright hostile to you. I think they were to me. Google on YouTube the Boston bombing. Google, YouTube, FBI caught red-handed Boston bombing. See what that brings up. You'll have a hoot with that one. YouTube Sandy Hook firehouse circle. See the whole clip next to the back door they showed you in the news, the firehouse. The parents walking in the circles. The parents, the crisis actors. YouTube it. Google it. Research it. Watch the clip of the cop pulling the AR-15 out of the trunk of the car and watch his action of his hands. The president's handle being let go. And then let's watch the coroner's report on Sandy Hook. How most of the wounds were rifle rounds from that Bushmaster that they found in the trunk. Right? Don't just take what you hear and listen to them. They lie to you. Republicans and Democrats both lie to you. Republicans, remember, the Republicans in the House and Senate have compromised their beliefs on gun rights so many times. They just get a little bit better deal for themselves. They can help you keep some of your rights. Then you shouldn't give up any of them at all. Have a good day, America. Please wake up. Getting closer and closer. And people need your help. See the truth.